mind and one for the intelligent as fellas get. Listen, let's settle this, be clear. I could fall back 7 years, still it ain't no one ahead of me. Consider it a blessing if you get to stand next to me. 5-star general, OG veteran, cake like.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. About 6 months ago, I made a video excuse me, about a fat burner called the best fat burner out there, which is called Cardarine. Now, at first, people were like, oh, Jerry, fat burner. I was like, look, you know, it is what it is. At that time, it had already been pulled off the shelves by Primeval. Primeval wasn't making any money on it. Whatever was sold and whatever actually still in the market is back stock that these other companies had that Primeval already sold. But people wanted to know what the best fat burner was that was on the market. Aside from DNP, which is illegal, Cardarine was it. And over the course of the last 6 months, the talk started. People got their hands on it. They're like, holy fuck, Jerry, it's awesome. Flat out, so many people have used Cardarine to get great results fat loss-wise that it's fucking stupid. But when I first put the video out, people were a little weary, and I get it. At that point, when Cardarine came off the market, Primeval was in no real hurry to put out a non-stim fat burner. They were like, if we can't put out the best, which is Cardarine, what's the point of putting out a fucking fat burner that is not going to live up to the best? It's second best, and we're second to none. That's that's Primeval's whole thing. That was, you know, until people kept asking what is a replacement for Cardarine, and there was no replacement for Cardarine. There's nothing out there. We looked high, we looked low, we looked for any type of molecule or substance or supplement or any kind of herb, any kind of anything that would take the place of Cardarine. There was no single herb that did that until I found one of the ingredients that is in PYRETIC. This is the new best legal fat burner on the market that replaces Cardarine. I'm going to tell you why. What I found was the CG3, it's Cyna, I can't even say the full name. When I actually heard about it, they said it actually works like Cardarine, and it's natural. It's 100% natural, and it encourages the body to retain glycogen and burn fat, which is exactly what Cardarine did. So shit, I started looking into it, and there is studies to back it up. There's a lot of literature to back it up, and I was like, holy shit, why isn't anybody talking about this stuff? Expensive as fuck to put in a product. So that's why they're not putting it in there. They're putting in these non-stim things with regular shit that you always see in different fat burners in low, non-clinically dosed, non-medically dosed dosages. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go back to Primeval and I said, look, I found this ingredient. It replaces Cardarine. And they were like, well, yeah, it is, but it's just like that one ingredient, and what if it doesn't really? And I said, wait a minute, maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe instead of looking for one individual ingredient, we need to take a multi-pathway approach, which other people do, but they take the wrong pathways. They take the easy pathways or the cheap pathways. What if we looked into finding other things and using a blend of things that, you know, Cardarine was great in its own and it did what it did, but what if there's nothing out there that's going to be like Cardarine on its own, but we did that multi-pathway blend that would actually hit things from different directions and burn fat from different pathways? And that's when Primeval was like, okay, I'm interested. What do you, and they're like, what are you thinking? And I was like, I don't know yet. So we'll just go over a few of the things in it. There's more in here. You guys can check the label online. Acetyl L-carnitine, a more assimilable version of L-carnitine. It actually has a higher absorption rate and works better than regular L-carnitine. Some places are putting it in there, but they're not putting a very high dose. Like 200 milligrams, we have 500 milligrams on the label here. And that's for 2 capsules. So if you do both servings, you're getting 1,000 milligrams a day. The CG3, that is the Cardarine-like natural ingredient. And it's derived from purple corn, which I found interesting. So at first I was like, if this thing works that good, then eventually they're going to pull it. They can't pull something derived from purple corn off the market. They'd have to pull purple corn chips off the market. I mean, something that is that, you know, maybe you could eat a bunch of corn chips. Now, I doubt you could eat the corn chips and get the same result. But there's also another thing in here called, we got chromium picolinate, which I thought was the most underlooked, underrated fat loss tool that there is. There's 200 micrograms in here, which is the clinical dosing of chromium picolinate. Blood sugar issues, when you start dieting, you have a lag time. When you start to cut your carbohydrates, there's a lag time between what glycogen is in your blood and stored liver glycogen, stored muscle glycogen gets used as energy. That lag time is a blood sugar drop. And when, you know, especially for me, when I first start dieting and I'm starting to cut carbs and stuff, my blood sugar starts to go up and down, and I'll have these blood sugar crashes. Or if I'm at a high body weight, I'll have blood sugar crashes while I'm trying to come down in a lower body weight. And I'm like, this stabilizes blood sugar really well, because I've actually gone to the vitamin store and bought it on its own and used it for years and years and years to stabilize my blood sugar, and it worked great. I'm like, why isn't anybody putting it in their products? They look at it as like chromium's just an old-fashioned thing. There's newer shit out there. They want to come up with something so new, but they're not really coming up with something new. But what about the good old fucking standard things that help with blood sugar and fat loss? Why not put those in there? It was a no-brainer that had to go in this product. And the big one right now, it's called myo-inositol triphosphate, ITTP. Let me read up a little bit about what this is. This is, get this, a natural EPO that nobody is putting in their products right now. Natural EPO increases oxygen to the muscle cells, increases endurance. In byproduct, increases endurance. You can actually train harder during your workout, recover faster with the other things that are in the pyretic, burn more fat faster after with your resting metabolism because you're uptaking more oxygen. The more oxygen you can uptake, the post-exercise oxygen consumption, the more fat you're going to burn over 24 hours. After drinking ITTP in water, mice, it was a study in mice. Mice with damaged hearts turned from couch potatoes into treadmill tearaways. Researchers have found that it raises the hopes that some substance can invigorate patients weakened from heart attacks by increasing the supply of oxygen to damaged cardiac muscle. ITTP designed to make hemoglobin release more of its oxygen than normal. The myo-inositol triphosphate boosted exercise levels by 35% when given in dissolved water. When injected into the abdomen, it was increased by a massive 60%. There are trials done on humans with this, and they did see, this was the one that had the biggest numbers, they did see increase in performance in the gym during cardio and fat loss. And I was like, why the fuck? Okay, and then I started questioning. I said, why has nobody put this in a product? And the president of Prime Meal was flat out. He said, do you know what it costs to fucking get this shit? Like, seriously, it took so long to actually get PYRETIC on the market because of the cost and bottling to get this stuff together. If you're, not the bottling, but the packaging, while you're putting all these ingredients together, if you have one ingredient that's super scarce and super expensive, to get that one ingredient to put in your capsule to finish it could take a while. And that's what took it so long. And we were sitting back going, I think this is absolutely the direction to go. You know, looking for one single thing like Cardarine, more than likely, you know, is going to be pulled off the market. Now, Cardarine is technically not considered a drug. It's a SARM, and it's grouped in with the SARMs. So as of now, all of these SARMs, technically, pharmaceutical-wise grade, are pulled off the market. They're no longer available. And all that's available now is research grade, which is liquids, which, let's face facts, research grade is not pharmaceutical grade. There could be fucking anything. There could be toxins, heavy metals. Who knows what the fuck is in those capsules? You just don't know what you're getting, as well as trying to shake this thing up and get the dosage right because it's dissolved. It's not the same as having a pharmaceutical grade powder in a capsule that used to be on the market back in the day. So I'm super proud because I was very heavily involved in this formula with this and finding the things that are in there, putting it together, and coming up with the fact that it's no longer about one ingredient in a capsule. Multiple pathways are the way to go, or stacks are the way to go. And I'm just super pumped about it. It's non-stim. You can take it in the morning and at night at the same time. Like I took it last night before bed. No problems with there whatsoever. I have not been to the gym on it, which I'm excited to get to the gym tomorrow on it, which is going to be very interesting. But I'm super pumped about this product. And, you know, like I said, replacement for Cardarine, which was the best fat burner on the market. And right now, the best selling fat burner on the market is Black Devil, which is our stim. We're hoping that this one, once people get it, use it, and realize how well it works, this will be the #1 fat burner on the market. Biohazardtraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biohazardtraining.com is the blog. It's the PYRETIC bicep, and we're out.